Hello, friends, and welcome back to another episode of The Heck Is That? A show in which I talk about what the heck that is and demonstrate by playing on that, what that can do. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about that and demonstrating what I can do with that, which is not a lot because I'm a guitarist and not a bass player, so I'm probably going to disappoint you quite a lot. This here, as you can see, is a Fender style bass. Originally, it could have been described as a precision bass. It only had a precision bass pickup in the middle. It also just had volume and return control. So I've modified it a little, and half of it's a different bass, basically. So it started off as a gift from a colleague of mine when I was working at a motorway service station. A kind fellow named Greg Marks had, I think, bought a bass or been given a bass and decided pretty quickly, I'm not a bass player. So he asked me if I needed a bass, and I did need a bass. And he wouldn't accept any money for it, so thank you, Greg Marks, for a free bass. Decent, mate. Decent. Well, it wasn't. It was a bitch. But I've improved it. It originally had a different body, so, the only bit of Greg's bass that is actually left is the neck. But I don't know, I still consider it to be a bass that Greg gave me, because I wouldn't have a bass otherwise, because the body was from a bass that was missing a neck, so I wouldn't have been able to do much with that if I hadn't had the other bass. Luckily, I found a similar style of bass to take the body from, and this pickup. So it originally had a body that was way too light, so the neck just dropped down and it sounded terrible. So I replaced it with a body that's made from a proper wood that you would use for making a guitar instead of like balsa or whatever it was. It was quite good. As a P bass is a perfectly good type of bass, and you can get some pretty good tones out of it. But I just wanted a little bit more probably not upper mid-range, but something more mid-range, a bit more punch in it rather than the sort of low rumble. Just so that I could get some more modern tones. And I replaced the pickups in this 8-string because they were awful, really awful. That's a Harley Benton 8-string, and the stock pickups are really terrible for a guitar. But they're not bad in a bass. So this is an 8-string guitar pickup apparently, but I don't believe it is, because it functions so much better as a bass pickup. Combined with a P-bass pickup, it sounds not half bad. As you can probably tell, I'm not a bass player, like I've already said. It also gents pretty hard. If you put some distortion on, you can actually make it sound a bit like an 8-string guitar. Also some nice ambient stuff. Check it out. Anyway, that is my bass. That is what that is. That is my one and only bass guitar. If you hear any recordings by me that don't have other musicians involved, probably got this bass on it. So it's not half bad. It does its job. If you enjoyed this particular episode of The Heck Is That, then give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Smash the absolute heck out of that subscribe button. Heck that subscribe button right in the gosh. See you next time, motherfucker.